I think there are several features that distinguish this hall. I think one of the most important ones is the fact that Indigenous history is throughout the entire hall. So when visitors actually arrive at the first gallery, they will encounter a creation story. And it doesn't stop there. That Indigenous history is integrated and woven throughout all three of the galleries in context, as it should be.
I would say our guiding view of history is an attempt to be as fair about the past as we possibly can. To try to tell stories from both sides, or all three sides, or however many sides there are, and to look fairly at the issues that confronted people at the time, to try not to judge people by modern standards.
There isn't one story told in the gallery. There's not one narrative. There are multiple perspectives, different points of view, different ideas about our history, and I think that's very, very important. And a third feature which I think distinguishes the overall Canadian History Hall experience is its heavy reliance on the artifact, the actual object. Visitors will come face to face with the material culture of their history, the tangible aspects of their history.
I'm an archaeologist rather than a historian, so most of my favorites are archaeological objects. It's the first face, which is a 4,000-year-old human face, nearly 4,000, from the high Arctic. It's a little tiny, what we call a masquette, essentially thumb-sized. It's the oldest human face we know of in Canada. Another one is a little fellow I call Benum, which is a little wooden carving from southern Baffin Island. It is I don't think there's any disagreement about this, an Inuit depiction of a European. And it dates to well before Columbus. This is the real thing. As a museum curator, I'm actually allowed to touch these things because I have to move them around or look at them. And to make physical contact with them is, to me, an almost spiritual experience, because it links me to the event or the person that this object was at. You know, it was there and I'm touching it. The museum visitors can't touch things. There's all kinds of conservation issues, but you can make visual contact with it, which is almost as good. You can actually see the real thing. This was actually held by Samuel de Champlain. And the older it is, in many ways, to me, the better it is, because the greater the leap across time I'm making. I'm almost time traveling when I look at these things.